Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Again, we are in the book, the Mark Bible. This time, we are at chapter 3, and this will be the fifth video. The title of this chapter is Sad News from Home, chapter 3. Before I begin reading, let me take time to say welcome to anyone who is newly watching, and welcome back to those of you who have already watched. And I hope that somewhere in this reading you will find something attractive. Remember, also I'm asking for your support in that you will like, comment, share, and if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. It helps to us get the message out to a wider audience, and so the message can reach out and touch somebody's life and maybe bring about a change. Let me continue with the reading here. It says, "Oh, mother, mother." Harold Wilson stood in the post office at Honolulu, holding in his hand a letter sent by an old friend in California. It read as follows: Friend Harold, we have been hoping for several weeks for your return home. We had heard indirectly that you were on the way home, and we were encouraged to believe you might come in time to be a support to your mother during her last illness. Several weeks ago, she had a hard fall, super-inducing pneumonia. She made a brave fight, but her anxiety over you, coupled with financial reserve reverses, proved too much for her, and she passed away last Thursday. Her last request was that I should write to you and urge you not to forget the gift she placed in your box the day you left home. You will know, of course, to what she referred. She did not tell me its nature, but she did say it took all she had in the world to get it for you. By the way, my boy, since you left us, I have changed my whole course of life. No more drinking, gambling, or profanity for me. I am a Christian now, and I'm enjoying life wonderfully. God bless you. Don't be discouraged over your great loss. Live for Christ, and you will meet her again. I am sending this to Honolulu at a venture. Your one-time friend in booze, but now free. Howard Hoffman. End of quote. Yes, Harold had been working his way homeward for many years. He had been absent during which time he had seen much of the world, visiting Australia, China, South Africa, South America, and Europe. He had continued he had continued his hard life of drink and profanity, but always planning to do better when he saw his mother again. He had thrown overboard his beautiful Bible in order to silence the voice of the reprover, but never once had he seen a day of peace. Somehow, the heartless ingratitude of that moment, when his anger caused him to destroy his mother's gift, had become a tragedy which seemed to dog his every step and to bring him only defeat and failure in all he undertook. Honolulu was almost home to him, and his heart was already beginning to enjoy a foretaste of the blessed reunion with mother. Like the prodigal of the scripture, he had formulated his confession, and he was confident that, restored to his mother, he should be able to make good. One may easily understand, therefore, what were his feelings as the letter from home was placed in his hands. Feelings of deep heart satisfaction that it might contain. But how cruel the disappointment. The words, "She passed away last Thursday," fell upon his soul as a bolt of lightning from out of the blue. He was stunned. The letter fell from his grasp. "Oh, mother, mother!" he cried, forgetting that all around him were strangers from whom he must hide his grief. And then, under his breath, he said, "You wanted to help me. You could have helped me. But now you're gone. Gone. Gone." Mm, wow. Harold picked up the letter and hurried into the street and down to the launch that was to convey him to his vessel. "Harold Wilson, what will you do now? Will you be a man as you ought to be, or will you absolutely and perhaps forever throw yourself away?" Such were the questions that some good spirit whispered in his ears as he boarded the ship which was to sail next day. The answer was at once forthcoming, but sad to say, it was an answer dictated by his lower nature. As with many others, inability on Harold's part to carry out his plan made him desperate and often apparently irresponsible. He had been acknowledging the existence of God, and he had planned that when with his mother he would lead a better life. But this thwarting of plans angered him, and he now determined to go deeper into wickedness than ever before. There is no God. If there is, he didn't bring me back to my mother, and I hate him. He hates me because he robs me of my mother at the very time I needed her. Oh, I will show him, if he lives, that Harold Wilson can outdo him. if he won't let me do right, why, I'll do my best at doing wrong. And surely it seems that from that day forward, for upon, for upon reaching San Francisco, he abandoned himself to a course of riotous pleasure, insentious and insentiousness and crime. His companions were of the baser elements of the city, versed in the business of law breaking, even to the extent of staining their hands with the blood of their fellow men. And here we are at subheading Suspected of Murder. Harold Hoffman, the writer of the message sent to Honolulu, was now living in Oakland, just across the bay from San Francisco. Picking up the Morning Chronicle, he glanced over the headlines. His eye was held by the following: Murder in the Mission District. Harold Wilson, a sailor, held as a suspect. Police sure Police sure they have the right man, an old criminal. Mr. Hoffman paled and dropped his paper. An old criminal? Yes, he knew it to be true, for in that robbery of many years before, he himself had been associated, and now Harold had returned to continue his course in crime. What should he do? Fearing to breathe to his young wife the cause of his agitation, he hurriedly donned his coat and hat and left the house. The Hoffman home was now recognized as one of the happiest as well as one of the finest in the city of Oakland. Mr. Hoffman was well known throughout the city as a man of sterling integrity and large business acumen, and prosperity had smiled upon him from the first day that he turned his feet to the way of Christianity. The past had been forgotten, but not until Mr. Hoffman had made resolution so far as he could for everything he had ever taken from a fellow man. He had gone to the man whose home he and Harold Wilson had entered, and he confessed his part and paid back, with compound interest, the money he had taken. Why then should he be anxious? For Harold's sake. He had trusted that God would help him to redeem his old pal in sin, and lead him to be a fellow worker in righteousness. But Harold had fallen even lower. Perhaps the uncorrected and unforgiven past now coming to light would serve to defeat the purpose he had in mind. I'm going to pause here again, friend, and we will pick up from here in the next video 6, which will be coming out shortly. Look for it, and remember, take care of your health. It is your first wealth. It's a God-given gift, so take very good care of it, and it will in turn take care of you. Love yourself, love your fellow men, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next video. God bless. Ciao. I'm out.